phenomenal woman who left an impression on the people she worked with. She showed that being bold didn't have to be loud or flashy. She showed that tackling racism, inequity, and oppression was about hearts and minds and not about party politics. And she made it clear to those who knew her that they were powerful. Sylvia, thank you for emboldening us to walk with conviction and fight for justice, each and every day. Rest in power. I am Black, I am a woman, and I am queer. I have spent years learning to be comfortable with myself, years enduring microaggressions by well-meaning people, and years trying to discover how to turn anger into activism. I have dealt with people telling me that my name was too ethnic to pronounce. When I was a server, I had people say that they did not want to sit at my table because they did not want a Black person serving them. And I've been told countless times that I shouldn't be out because it is something I should be ashamed of. We live in troubling times, but they should not come as a shock to anyone, especially today. This is the year where movements like Me Too led to more than a slap on the wrist. This is the year where children fear going to school because of potential shooting and deportation. And it is also the year where racism and bigotry have taken a main stage. We are resisting and persisting, but we still have low expectations for government, business, and the people around us. And I demand more. I demand more from my colleagues, I demand more from my family and friends, and I demand more from people in power. It's not enough to use buzzwords. There's no passive stance when it comes to injustice. You need to put in the work and be reflective in the process. As many people in this room know, breaking down barriers takes time, energy, resources, and the ability to be vulnerable. It is hard work, but as someone who works with a coalition of multi-generational business leaders across sectors each day, I've learned that putting in the work is crucial. Our workforce, especially in Massachusetts, is demanding more. People love to say that it's a millennial trend to be dissatisfied, but I'd like to argue that demanding more isn't a bad thing. We want equal pay for equal work, we want to feel heard, and we want to know that our workplaces are inclusive spaces, and we will exit organizations that do not have cultures that reflect our values. I am grateful for YW and their efforts to bring people into conversations about racism and having those hard conversations with people at every age, from its educational programs in schools to its carefully curated dialogues about race and ethnicity for businesses. The YW provides tools for people to hear each other and break down barriers. Sylvia frequently reminded us about the persistence required to change our culture. It's hard, it's vulnerable, but discomfort is a necessary part in creating meaningful change. I'm demanding more, and I hope that each and every one of you will join me in doing so. People said that lawmakers wouldn't pass a law that would prevent employers from asking salary history, and we proved them wrong. When naysayers thought that a woman named Ayanna Pressley couldn't win her first city council race in 2009 by discussing trauma in all of its forms, she proved them wrong. And she will prove them wrong on primary day. And when people say that we can't change hearts and minds, let's show them that bias and bigotry are learned and that there is work to be done. I thank the YW for presenting me with this award. I thank my mom and dad for being here and my partner Michelle. And thank you, Sylvia, for empowering me and many other people to demand more. Thank you.
And Miss Nye, I know your work and know Miss Ayanna Presley, who is so amazing. She filmed that whole speech of yours with the typewriter tears and everything. And I can't wait to see you run for your office as well. I was sitting there and I was like, my goodness. It is a campaign speech. What a leader you are. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you, Ayanna Presley, as well, for being here. All right. Well, that's a beautiful way to keep this movement going. So I'm now pleased to welcome to the stage YW Boston Board Chair Mim Minicello and Board Member Christy Egan, a health insurance executive. Mim is currently President of Employee Benefits for Hub International New England, and we love her. And Christy, who is also a lead Boston alum, is Senior Director of Partnerships, Equity, and Inclusion at MGH Center for Community Health Improvement. We love her as well. Let's give a big round of applause for Mim and Christy.
Hey everybody, how are you?